anybody inside of your internal circle should never be a liar. You can have people who disagree with you. You can have people who perhaps do not share your worldview, but they should at least be honest, because lying is treachery. And weak people are always lying to themselves. So how can you expect them to tell you the truth?
When I tell people that you are the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with, everyone agrees. They go, yeah, that's probably true. But the 5 people you spend the most time with, that's what you're gonna end up like. They say, yeah, that's true. And then they continue to hang around with people who they don't want to be. Why? There has to be a point where you sit and go, okay, you're my friends, etc., etc. I love you guys. Yeah, we can talk, whatever. But I'm on a different life path. You have to leave some people behind. If you were to come hang out with me and you were in a room with me and my 5 friends, you'd feel self-conscious.
You're right.
You don't feel self with your friends
because you only you only surround yourself around people that are on like your level.
I'm with killers. We're fucking monsters. If you were to come hang around with me and my crew, you would be self-conscious, and that self-consciousness would motivate you, or they would certainly instill the discipline required for you to change. You don't feel self-conscious amongst your peers. That's why you don't change. If you were to get in a room and you're the only person who ain't a fucking monster, you'd want to become a monster. That's life. That's humanity.
I do not like to hang around with men who suffer from a lack of women. Because in my experience, any man who can't get women will eventually sell you out for women. It's too powerful a force. Too powerful a force. If you're completely sex deprived all the time, sooner or later you're going to sell your boys out for sex, whether it's his ex or some girl talking bad about your boy, but you really want the pussy, so you let her slide. If you're not good with girls, I don't want to talk to you. You haven't got to be rich, but if you're starving, you're going to try and sneak some money out of somebody, right? If you can't eat, you'll do anything for food. If you can't pay the bills, you do anything for money. That means whether it's a plea bargain, whether it's trying to rob me, whether it's money sitting around my house. I don't want to talk to extremely broke people. I don't want to talk to extremely sex deprived people for the same reason I wouldn't have a whole bunch of food around a hungry person. Same reason. It's the first 2 things. Next thing is loyalty. And I know that's super hard to judge, but I really like to believe that the few people I hang around with, if we were all in separate police interviews and they were to come and say, hey, your boy turned, I could literally burst out laughing. Say, bro, you better come with a new story, G. You better go away and think about it and come back. Well, we can talk, but don't try that one. Try again. So loyalty is very, very important. Next is bravery, because can't fight is fine, but won't fight is unacceptable in everyone. If I'm with my 5 friends and I'm going toilet in the club and I come back and I see someone punch one of my friends, I am annihilating anybody in that guy's crew. We'll find out why later. My guy could have been wrong. It could have been my guy's fault. I'm just hitting him. I'm just knocking everyone. When everyone's asleep and the threat is neutralized, I'm like, bro, what the fuck was that? But, oh, I started it. It's like, oh, fucking. Well, ask for forgiveness later. First, people have to pay, right? We'll worry about the whys afterwards. So they have to have that loyalty and that devotion to the bravery, the ability to fight. I find it very crazy. I find it crazy, and I say this often to guys. I say, you're rolling around with these men who won't even fight to protect you because they're cowards. So they'll watch you get your head stomped to death and cower out and not even try and help you. And they'll be like, yeah, but he's funny. But he's funny? We're talking about life and death. You're talking about fucking funny? I like people, like I said, don't get weak, no hangovers, no crying their eyes out, no cowardice. It's infectious. Don't like that around me. No negativity. Don't like that around me. So there's certain things that I create a very, very particular reality. And it's actually interesting because to me, these things are all normal. But when you have these kind of standards, it's pretty hard to find friends. You're like, oh, you're a dumbass. You're a pussy. You're like, and you don't talk to that many people. But if you get a crew together that act that way, it's amazing how, not to get all airy-fairy, but it's almost an intangible. When you have 6 men in one place who are perspicacious, who are paying attention, who do have their things right, who don't lose things, who the whole room can smell it.
You and your friends need to have friendly competition at all times. Now, you need to meet your friends and you need to have banter and competition around things that matter. Who's got the most money? Who's worked hardest? Who's discovered XYZ, crypto, stock, new way of generating income? Who's trained that day? Put some actual competitions together that matter and start competing and being around people, because you are the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Everybody knows this. So why don't you get some genuine metrics that will improve your life? You won't have time to stand around cooking meals if you're friends with somebody who works out for 3 hours a day, because you're going to need to find 3 hours a day to train to beat him, which means you're going to have to just eat that rotisserie chicken as you do squats like a man should. Live with men you're in competition with. This is ultra important, because you can measure yourself against your circle. Get your act together, get some genuine metrics, things that matter, and once they're all put together, You're going to live in a naturally competitive environment, which is going to increase your testosterone level. It's going to prevent you from doing a lot of dumb shit. And the competition one's great, you know, because you can apply it to everything.
Masculine competition is fun. I think what's fun as a man is being the best at anything, right? So I live in a very masculine environment because masculine competition drives you forward. We all work together. We all work inside of the company and we're very successful. I just feel like nothing's really fun anymore besides working hard, or you need an activity which is so adrenaline filled that it distracts you, which is why I love driving fast cars and fighting, because it's the only time I'm not thinking about work. I'm happy just to get my work done, and maybe I'm starting to get old after all. I'm 37, I'm getting old. I see my kids, I do my emails, I train hard, maybe go for a drive with the car, maybe get a coffee. That's it.
You need goals and resistance and something to fight against to live well. Because the distance between pain and joy is what we experience. If you only have joy all of the time and no pain, you are not going to be happy. You don't need fun. Fun is the vector from which Satan operates. Every time you look at something which is fun, it's all just hedonistic. There's no money to be made. You don't retire your mother. You don't help the world. You don't give to charity. You don't become stronger. You don't become wiser. You don't learn anything. Patience is how they trick you into keep being a slave. I turned myself from no money to my first million in 2 years to 30 million 3 years later. That's how fast you can make money if you're about money. So you gotta forget the patience. You gotta forget the people who aren't about money around you. It's gotta be all you think about, all you talk about. You gotta start producing. And if you do all those things, you will start to make some money. But next time you're sitting with your friends, this is a challenge for every single person watching this. Next time you're sitting with your friends, unprompted, come in, sit down, and just join in the conversation. And after about 20 seconds, sit and think, this is bullshit. They're talking about this, that, this bitch, football game, this guy. This is not going to make any of us rich. I am wasting my life.
Here's my advice to you today. Walk away from the 97%. Don't talk like they talk. Don't act like they act. Don't go where they go. Don't specialize in what they specialize in. Throw away the blame lists they cling to.
There are people like me who wake up and think, I want more. I already have everything I could ever think of. I already have enough money to buy everything I could ever dream of. I can't even think of anything on the planet I want. Don't care. There are people like me that exist. And you have to compete against people like me. It's player versus player. My entire life is work.
Guess how many people can retire from the income of their own personal resources when it comes time to retire? Answer, 5%. In the most independent country in the world, 95% are dependent. 5% are independent. Take charge of your own life. Take charge of your own day. Take charge of your own conversation. Take charge of your own family. Take charge of your own possibilities. Join the 5%. Walk away from the 95%. I'm telling you, don't talk like they talk. Lend a helping hand, but don't fall into their poor philosophical scenario. Don't use the excuses they use. It's called the language of the poor. Switch ideas. Switch strategy. And if you'll invest in this thing called discipline, you can have whatever you wish. It's called the beginning of a miracle.
You know, I'm a multimillionaire. People say, what do? You're a multimillionaire. And I say, I like to work. Yeah, but you're rich. No, but I like getting up and on time and having my coffee at my desk and 2 hours of work. Then I train. I like to be disciplined. I like to have my stuff in order. I like to do things right. The key to happiness in life as a man is to have some sort of empire you're in charge of. And you have an empire, to some degree, you're happy, right? You need to have a few people who listen to you and a woman who listens to you and some money coming in and some things you're in charge of, and you're going to be a happy person. But if you're at the very, very bottom of the food chain, there's no happiness there.
This is what unimportant men don't understand. They're like, I text you all the time, I send you flowers, I message you, I hug you, I flood your phone, I tell you how much I love you, and you just left me for that guy and he doesn't even reply. Because you're a nobody. And you have nothing else to give. How can you show love as a man if you don't have competence? I can't even think of how you can show it. But if you truly love them, you wouldn't stay useless, and maybe you don't love anyone. If you love anybody or anything, you're going to become important. Even if you love your town, you'll learn to fight. Love is the driver for all masculine achievement and competence. I believe happiness is what children should strive for, and I believe women should aim to be happy. I believe men should have a sense of purpose. Living for happiness as a man makes you an idiot. I think you need to have something to live and to die for. You're exactly where you wish to be. Even if you think you are not happy where you are. Because if you're truly uncomfortable, you can't even sleep. What I often hear from people and see from people is that they get very motivated for short periods of time, and then they'll just go back to playing video games, and they're actually not unhappy with their life. They only become unhappy for a few hours now and again. That's when they talk about how hard they want to try. But in general, they're actually perfectly fine with their life. If they wished to be anywhere else, they wouldn't be doing what they're doing. By extension, they would be exactly where they wish to be. Whether you're successful or unsuccessful, you wish to be where you are. If you say to a man, do you want to be bigger? They'll all say yes. But do they really wish for it? Oh, you'll take it for free. Well, you'll take anything for free. Taking something for free is very different than going out there and earning it. So you're as big as you wish to be. You're as rich as you wish to be. Because truthfully, when you wish for something with all of your heart, never in history has the universe or God failed to give it to you. So then the logical extension of this mindset is you have to analyze and decide why you wish to be where you currently are. And two, if you want to change that, where you actually genuinely wish to be. Everyone will say they want to be have $100 million, but it's not true.
When I was broke, I couldn't sleep. I don't know how there's broke people out here sleeping just fine at night. Inflation's 20%, gas prices are 6 times. I never stand a chance of ever getting rich. Where's my pillow? I'd go to bed at night as a teenager. And I said to Tristan, my brother, I was like, there are people with 210,000 pounds for a car. How? How are people doing this? I couldn't sleep at night when I was broke. I knew that everything was a lie. I knew the Matrix was lying to me. I was sitting there going, I refuse to live my human years and be some second-class citizen peasant. I couldn't tolerate it. And I was so uncomfortable that it gave me the motivation I needed to escape. But the people who go, oh yeah, nice Ferrari, yeah, back to the TV. If that's the reality you've chosen to live, you get one spin and you decide you want to be a loser, that's fantastic because my hotel room needs cleaning. Somebody needs to do that shit. If I had to walk into a hotel room and clean up after some other man's party, I'd do whatever it took to become rich so I didn't have to do that shit. But you want to do that for 20 years? Thanks, friend. But I don't feel sorry for you people because you deserve it because it's a decision you made. Have fun at McDonald's. I have no sympathy for these people, zero. So when I say people are lazy, they go, I'm not lazy, I work hard every day. You work 8 hours a day? If I'm awake, I'm working. I don't take a second off. I don't take a minute off. I don't rest. I don't stop. None. I'm either asleep or at work. That's it. I'm online working the entire day until the second I go to sleep, I am at work. And you are at home competing against me and you want to watch a movie tonight. If you have a duty to your bloodline and you truly love your parents, how can you still be sitting at home playing video games being a lazy piece of shit? That in and of itself, it should be endless motivation. If anyone's watching this, if you love your parents, you can't be a loser anymore. If you wake up each day and go, I don't owe anybody anything, I don't have to prove anything to anybody, then you are a loser because you are absolutely not being correct. You must prove yourself to your bloodline. You must prove yourself to God. God hates the lazy. If he gives you all these genetic dispositions and these natural God-given gifts, and you're not trying your absolute best, that's the reason you're not lucky. He likes the people which show him the beauty of his own creation. God loves to see that. Person who goes, I don't have to prove anything to God. I don't owe all of my ancestors any effort. I don't owe them anything because I want to play video games. These people are losers. You should walk through earth with force inside of you. Peasants have never felt like they needed to prove anything, but kings felt like they needed to go and conquer land. But the peasants, oh, I don't have to prove nothing to nobody. You're a dummy.